one key application of radical chain reactions is polymerization, right? The formation of plastics, of rubber, all of that occurs through polymerization. So I'm going to go through an example here of polystyrene and how that is formed through radical chain reactions. So step 1, the initiation. You get some sort of peroxide, right? Peroxide here, I'm going to go with, is shown below. When you heat this up, it will have a homolytic bond cleavage, with one electron from the oxygen-oxygen bond going to each of the oxygens to give you your initiator. Right, that is your initiator that will begin the propagation step. So now step 2, our propagation. So I have the initiator, plus our, you can call this the monomer, the monomeric unit of the plastic, of the polymer that you're going to form. I'm going to form a bond from the pi bond and the oxygen, leaving a radical on the carbon right there. So this will give me oxygen and the radical now on the carbon. Just number the carbons here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's critical to number your carbons in polymerization reactions because it can get a little confusing since you're making new bonds, and especially now after this we're making new carbon-carbon bonds, that you need to make sure to label your carbons to make sure you're adding in the correct number. So each addition now through radical reactions should add 2 more carbons in the phenyl group onto the polymer. So step 2, right, I begin with the radical product from the step before. I react it with another monomeric unit. To build my polymer chain. I should have 6 carbons on this now, on the chain. So I go again with the new radical I have. And I just build 1 unit at a time. So how I can label this is this is going to keep going and going and going again. So I'm going to go to the termination step now and show you how I've labeled a polymer once you get to, thousands of units long. You're not going to write that all out. So how you're going to label it. So termination here. I'm going to label it as such. So I have this ether at the end here. Then this is my individual unit. So right here, I put brackets because this is my unit of each of them, and I label this as an N. N being the number of these styrene groups that you have. And then now outside of that N is my final radical. I react that with my initiator molecule. And it's termination step because we have two radicals reacting to end the chain reaction. Put that unit as N. And that is the final product of our polymerization that proceeded through radical chain reaction.